Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Outstanding, a comedy revolution. And this is a documentary from Netflix that kind of flew under my radar, and it had been on my watch list for a while. Now that we don't have a ton of new movies right off to start the year, catching up on some films from streaming, and this documentary focuses on the LGBTQIA plus community in comedy and how this community has allowed so many people to really grapple with their sexuality, their identity, their gender, and also to be able to channel that and to come out to a society that is so adverse to their existence. And this film is from director Paige Hurwitz, and this is such a wonderful mosaic collage of all of these different comedians with different identities and sexualities coming from very different perspectives. But this film is able to balance, this is intimate. These are personal stories that we hear from so many of these comedians who let it all out. And you have big names like Rosie O'Donnell, Wanda Sykes, and Lily Tomlin. And you have the likes of Judy Gold and Guy Branum, Fortune Feimster, and so many others who put themselves out there and really get to understand their journeys. Some of them are just there to commentate and to share their perspectives and how some of these people inspired them, but some of them really get to put themselves out there, like Lily Tomlin and Sandra Bernhard, and we really get to understand their journey, their process. Wanda Sykes, and all of these different people who are trying to navigate this society around them. Obviously, you need to add context to this and, show history of how society has not been the nicest to the queer community. And sometimes the film feels a little bit clunky in how it is shoving in some of that backstory and at what times it's doing those things. The structure of it might not be the most effective. Sometimes it gets a little too caught in the bigger picture instead of, I think what the real strength of this film is the personal stories and the comedy, and showing that, they channel these things, all of these different comedians, these performers able to channel these experiences, their identities, and to connect with an audience. And I think that's pretty powerful. This film is well-paced, it has a good energy about it, it's easily watchable and digestible from a filmmaking standpoint. It's not the most bold documentary out there in terms of how it's put together. It's pretty standard of hey, interviewing these commentators, cutting back to historical footage, showing these performances, stuff like that. And it also has some really big moments in terms of how they're trying to take comedy and use it for meaningful ideas and process and their identity, and also showing how comedy has been leveraged to harm this community. And there's some performers here where they show some of their bits that are really sad and unfortunate to watch. And it's Eddie Murphy, it's Dave Chappelle, it's I think Andrew Dice Clay at one point, and you're seeing these stand-ups and how they're leveraging hate and you punching down at underrepresented communities for the sake of, getting laughed for yourself. And this whole entire film is an engaging, eye-opening experience and really does a great job of presenting these stories and offering up something meaningful and impactful for the audience to connect with a lot of these big-name comedians and really understanding them more on a personal level. But those are my thoughts on Outstanding, a comedy revolution. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.